Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back for another election live stream. Wow. Crazy stuff. So, as I imagine everyone knows, Trump has won, which is wild. To think only 2 months ago they tried to blow his brains out on live TV in 4K. Fast forward to today and he's won. He won. Wow. Insane. What a interesting timeline we live on in this crazy world. It's bonkers. It is bonkers. Make America great again. Make crypto great again. It's been a rough time the last few years. Basically since we got a bull run in 2021 under the Biden admin, but also in the Biden admin we also got many scams like FTX, which there's a lot of conspiracies out there that FTX was all a big government plan. We won't go into that conspiracy because it's old news now and we're past that. But yeah, we've seen massive government attacks on the crypto industry in the US over the past 4 years. And when Trump was on his campaign over the last year or two, he mentioned countless times that he was going to be fair on crypto. It was going to make crypto, or the US, crypto friendly. He was going to fire Gary Gensler. So it's looking good for crypto. Trump says that he's going to pardon the Silk Road creator, which would be good because, again, he's serving multiple life sentences for creating a website. But the likes of SBF and other bad actors in crypto get no jail time. But Ross Ulbricht, the creator of Silk Road, was jailed for like 200 years, something ridiculous, for creating basically a decentralized version of eBay. But in this stream, we're going to have a look at prices. How is the crypto market reacting? How is the stock market reacting? What is the crypto news saying? And what do we think is going to happen next? Because over the past 7 days, we've seen a dump into the election, which I did post over on X. Let me see if I can get that up. If you don't follow us on X, it's been very busy the last few days. So right, I can't find it, but basically what the tweet was saying to be dumping, the first move is usually wrong, so to dump into the election is actually good news. But I can't find it. Is it there? Nope. Supposedly I never tweeted that. According to this feed, I never tweeted it. I must have been dreaming. Okay, I must have been dreaming that I tweeted that. But anyway, yeah, we had a dump into the election, and then on the election we've seen a pump. So that is good, and we've also got the kind of best case scenario. Trump winning was the best case scenario for crypto. if Kamala was to win, it could have got rough out there, I'll be honest, for the stock market and for the crypto market. But markets do like Trump. Trump does like markets. Trump likes capitalism. He likes businesses. He likes growth. Trump is a businessman. That's what he thrives on. So, yeah, Trump is good for all markets. So, best case scenario for markets with Trump, but also just the best case scenario, Trump is anti-war, which is good. That's always a good start, being anti-war. But yeah. Mark saying in the chat, opinions on the blue-haired group crying and planning a Glasgow protest, please. I haven't seen that yet, but I was actually going to do a X post earlier when I was driving saying blue hair people will be going crazy all over the world right now. Like, see the meme where the kind of the woman's just like screaming, the kind of Karen looking woman's just screaming. Blue hairs all over the world will be acting like that today. It's wild. But yeah, blue hair protest in Glasgow today. I would actually like to see that. That would be really funny, to be honest. But yeah, let's have a look at the prices. How is the crypto market reacting? Good old terrible Ethereum is still actually down for the week, which isn't surprising, but it's up 6% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum $2,600, Solana $186, BNB $581, XRP 53 cents. It's had a bit of an increase, which is rare for XRP to increase 4%, but it's still sitting at that 50-cent region, which has been in forever, basically. Here is the last year at XRP, and it has been stuck in between 40 cents and 65 cents. A really tight range for the past year. And even, look at that, it's like a stable coin. The last proper, it did see pumps in 2021, back up to almost $2 in 2021, but the big bull run was in January 2018 for XRP. So yeah, if we get some, because I've mentioned this on X as well, does anyone remember the case? Like, why is nobody, it just seems to be forgotten about, and it shows that they're clearly too busy trying to get the election than worry about that case. And it shows you as well, there was multiple deadline days for the Ripple case, and the deadlines just, they don't even matter because it's a government entity. Deadlines don't seem to exist. Yeah, I posted that here on the 4th of November. Anyone remember the SEC versus Ripple case? Like, there's no info about it. That's one for all the Cardano holders. Cardano holders for Kamala, don't forget to vote, guys. Who won the Borg? That'll be done on X. So the winner will be posted on X, and yeah, you'll see that on X. So let's jump over, have a look on the news, see if the news is going as wild as they should be. I'll give this a refresh. So Trump's triumph is also cryptos. Gensler's regulatory clouds likely to vanish. That would be tremendous for the space. So Donald Trump once again takes the White House, having secured more through an electoral college vote to defeat VP Harris. Crypto has not been a major issue through this cycle, though Trump, the Republican, did a great deal of outreach to the crypto industry by speaking at a Bitcoin conference. That was pretty cool. Handing out burgers at a crypto bar and otherwise making statements appealing to the industry, including promising to fire the Securities and Exchange Commissioner Chair Gary Gensler. That is huge. That is huge, but there is only so much power Gensler has. I know he's the chair, but at the end of the day, Gary Gensler was very pro-crypto until he got that role, and then overnight he turned into this anti-crypto guy. So Gensler is just a puppet for the whole committee, essentially. So yeah, if they fire him, they might just get someone else in similar. So although that's really good, seeing Gensler go, it doesn't mean there's a clear path for crypto. There is still a lot of corruption in that agency. That agency has, I think it's 4 or 5 different like chairs, main people in it that need to sign things off. So you would need to get rid of those 5 people as well to drain the swamp, as Trump likes to say. And then Harris, the Democratic candidate, has on a handful of occasions shared some general comments about supporting the industry, but did not delve deeply into her views. That was a big mistake from Harris and their campaign by ignoring crypto. Crypto is, would we say niche? It's a niche industry, but it's got a lot of influence, let's say. There's a lot of powerful people that are in crypto, so yeah, giving crypto the vote would have helped her, I would imagine, but I suppose that goes against that party's views, where it's very, no, the government controls everything, there's no room for other currencies, etc. So yeah, here's just some info about Trump's first term. Yeah, despite on record the campaign's promise to name a new chair to the securities regulator, and vowed that Bitcoin will be made in the USA on social media and speeches. He also promised to free Silk Road developer Ross Ulbricht, who was convicted on multiple charges for creating and operating the darknet marketplace. So Trump is bullish for crypto, which is why we've seen a breakout in XRP, in Bitcoin. We've seen Bitcoin set a new all-time high this morning, which is it's wild. What a timeline we're living in. Bitcoin got as high as $75,000 this morning, and it's still up around 74. One of the things I'd like to know in the chat, I'd like to hear some predictions from people. So I'm always the guy who comes on, if times are really bad, I'll come on and be, look, it's supposed to be like this, times are going to get better, you need to be bullish. And then I'm the guy that comes on when times are bullish and I say, look, you need to calm down a bit, like, we're overheated, things are going to calm down, like, don't get too excited. But right now, I can't see, like, I have no foresight of how any of these markets crash from here with Trump coming into power, and not just for crypto, but for the likes of stocks. Like, Trump is good for business. Trump is the money man. And also, so the other ways that the market can crash, they use the likes of wars to crash the market. So they'll say Iran's going to attack or Israel's going to attack, whatever, and the markets tank, everyone's scared. But Trump is anti-war, and he promised before he came into power that he's going to end the Russia-Ukraine war before he's even fully elected in. When he's president-elect, he's going to end that war. So the wars are going to be done. So they can't use war as an excuse to crash the markets. So what? I'd like to hear some predictions or scenarios. How can the market, why can the market drop from here? And I know the market is totally controlled by liquidity. I understand that, but it's like, it's so blatantly obvious. Like, we've been in a bull flag for the last 8 months. The halving has been, we've got a new president who's supporting the markets. We've got wars ending. Like, all of the news is basically couldn't be any better. The charts couldn't look any better. That Bitcoin chart is, it's the stuff, things that it's dreams are made of that chart. I'm going to get up a bigger version. So, and that chart, like, did anyone remember watching the stream back here in March 2024 when it was pumping and saying that if this plays out, you'll never hear the end of it from me? That'll be probably my best call ever. But that isn't about this stream isn't about that. Don't worry, I'll milk it, I will nurse it if that one pulls through. So yeah, here is the kind of the simplest chart to look at for Bitcoin. So this is a monthly chart. How do we get bearish from here? And it's hilarious seeing big accounts on X with hundreds of thousands of followers and they're bearish in this moment. Like, just from without even speaking about the news, how can you possibly be bearish in this scenario? Never mind all the positive news we've got. How is it possible? It's now or never, and I don't know. Oh, there we go. We've got bird flu. Like, that's the only thing. Like, the reason, well, the excuse for the market crashing back in March 2020 was COVID. Then we had the likes of the Russia-Ukraine war. That was the other reason for the other crashes. In fact, I'm sure I've got it on one of these charts. Yeah, so there is like the COVID crash here. Then we've got Russia invades Ukraine war. And then this is another war here. So it's like there's always a narrative and an excuse for the market to crash. But if they can't use war anymore, and they can't use like terrible policies through government agencies and crackdowns on crypto and crackdowns on the stock market, what can they use? Andrew's saying there another big exchange going down or finding out that the books are cooked. That's... I don't know, I just feel like this is it. I can't... Usually I've got foresight of the bad stuff that can happen or that will happen, but I don't know, it just seems, everything seems to be, we seem to be living in the uptrend right now. We're not waiting on it anymore. We've been in it since September. We've been living in it. No more lower lows and just setting consistent higher highs. I don't know. China bans Bitcoin. That what can they use? I don't know what they can possibly use. But if you've seen the video that I made back so this video here, you're not bullish enough. This video here was basically going into, and this was back when Bitcoin was 52k, which is pretty interesting. So that video, you're not bullish enough, was basically just going through all the reasons why things are looking so bullish, and the only things that could really destroy that was Kamala winning or a big war breakout. But Trump has won, and Trump is vowed to end the wars. So yeah, for me, I'm like, for once, I'm actually so back when I made that video, you're not bullish enough, was when we were crashing to 52k. So everyone was basically fearful in here. It's all over, it's down, we're going to set new lows. All the big accounts on X were calling for 40k and 30k. So I was against the grain then, as I usually am. But now it's like the market's going up and I'm bullish. So it's a bit of a different dynamic for me. Usually I'm fighting against the herd. When we're crashing, I'm bullish. When we're going up, I'm panicking. But now we're literally living in it right now. We are breaking out as we speak. And I don't understand what they can deploy to possibly shake people out now. There's a good one from Shiv, a really good one. Really good one. So, Tether USD could potentially be one. Brad Garlinghouse has talked of this, of Black Swans. Yeah, that's like one of the only things that I can think of is a big blow up. That is its own kind of Black Swan event if the likes of Tether was to blow up. But I've been hearing about Tether blowing up for the last 7 years. So yeah, it's crazy tight. It's just if anybody watching this video has been in the market for a year, 2 years, 3 years, like right now is such a crazy time in the market right now. So insane. We're literally breaking out. New all-time highs. Trump is president. Wow. And all these stupid accounts with 500,000 subscribers. No, we need to go down and test 40k. We need to go down and test 20k. Nonsense. And in fact, I posted and I'm going to try and find it. Wish the search feature worked better on X because the search feature is terrible. But I've got a really good tweet that'll help. Here was a tweet in the 26th. In the space of 12 hours, we've had Tether FUD and Israel FUD. Bullish. Tether FUD and Israel FUD in the same day, and it was only down 1%. Right, I'm going to try and find this tweet because here is the triple top. So this was a live stream back in September, and that was the call basically. That's wild. Honestly, you will not hear the end of it if that plays. Right, here we go. So this one is for all the big accounts on X. It's the biggest accounts that are the loudest, and they're constantly calling for lower targets, 40k, 44k, 48k. And there's conspiracies that these big accounts are just like leading their followers to the slaughter, like Capo did, Zoran. A lot of big accounts done this recently. The latest one is Credible Crypto. And it's constantly, no, we need to test one more, we need to go down one more time. But I posted this on October 16th. We need one more dump, then moon. No, we don't. It's been a 4-year long bear market. We don't need to test the lows up now. And that is basically what we're living in right now. We don't need these lower targets. We don't need to go down and test again. We don't need to retest the lows or build support. We don't need any of that. We've done that. We've done that for the last 8 months. We do not need to test anything. It is time for expansion. It is time for up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 months of testing lows. We do not need to test lower. So all of these big accounts with massive number of followers, be careful, because them saying that is going to make you miss the bull run, basically. Oh, we need one more dump, then moon, one more dump. That's all you hear. We don't. 9 months of consolidation is plenty. Plenty. We're up at all-time highs. We've set a new all-time high today. It's time to break out. So if we go back and see, how did the breakout occur the last time? So currently today we are here waiting on this breakout at the all-time high. How did that look in 2020? So here is how it went in 2020. Did we need to test the lows again in 2020? So here we go. So this here is the 2017 high. So in 2017 we topped out, and then we spent the next 1,000 days down, pumped up again. So you can think of this as like March this year, where we had a pump and then we crashed again. Then after that we had the COVID crash, and then this yellow line here is the halving. Then Bitcoin made its way up, and then it was sitting at its previous all-time high. That's where it was sitting. Did Bitcoin need to come down and test 40k again when it was up at its all-time high? No, it never. It broke straight out, straight up into a mammoth bull run. So yeah, just be careful with these accounts. It's mad. A lot of people say that they are basically paid by exchanges to like perpetrate that information to get people shorting in a bull market. Like, that's 101 stuff. You do not short a bull market, no matter how bad the news is, how good the news is. You just don't short a bull market. That is just ridiculous. So to have these 500,000 follower accounts calling for 40k, 30k now, as we're battling here, as we're breaking new all-time highs, that is reckless. And yeah, that's what the kind of conspiracies is that they are paid to do that they aren't that stupid to be shorting a breakout of a bull market. So yeah. Oh, good one, Shiv. What about Buffett selling 180 billion in stocks? I've thought about this as well. Like, that's worrying, maybe I would say, but also he has fumbled the bag for the last 10 years on Bitcoin, and he won't give in, basically, and he's been wrong consistently. So yeah, that did worry me. Like, Buffett's selling, he's sitting a lot in cash. So yeah, I would say that's one of the only things that was kind of worrying me about that. But he's been wrong before, and he's continually wrong on Bitcoin. K McGrath saying, we didn't sway away from the plan and didn't fumble when other sources were spouting nonsense. We stuck with the CC Pro and we're laughing now. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that, mate. If that is Kyle, sorry, I'm saying Kyle, but it might be a different K McGrath. But yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we got a lot of hate during when the market was crashing, which is totally fair. All crypto accounts got it. Yeah, we did get a lot of in this kind of time here. when we were trending down in Bitcoin and altcoins were getting annihilated. Yeah, we had a lot of unhappy people basically. But that's just the way the market goes. Like, when the reason people got really hurt, I would say, over the last 6 months is because the market we spent years going downtrend, then we spent almost a year going sideways. So people have been in the market when it's crashing, been in the market when it's going sideways, and then they finally get a breakout off the bottom. The altcoin market pumps 200%. So in that time, they've already sat through the big crash, they've sat through the big sideways, and then the market starts to go up. So basically people think, amazing, let's go, it's game time. But then the market comes and humbles everyone and crashes another 44%. And in that moment, after the market had already broke out, but then reverses and crashes again, that's when a lot of people got really unhappy. Cryptos across the board were decimated, and yeah, people got shook out the market basically. They got shook out. But now people who never get shook out, they are starting to see the benefits from that. We're at Bitcoin at an all-time high. The altcoin market's looking good. So is it a 24-25 bull or 25-26 you're thinking normally? So I'm definitely in the camp of a 24-25 bull. I don't think it's got long left, because Bitcoin has been in a bull for a long time, since November 2022. The altcoin market does go after Bitcoin, so yeah, no way am I expecting 2026. So say 2025. That would take you to October 2025 high here, like that. I think that looks possible. And then it would spend 2026 going down. But yeah, I think the market is poised to explode now. And yeah, I'll be taking profits straight away. Shiv saying, rather than hating, people should have been buying when alts were crashing. Some have been a great, even the last few weeks. Like MV, some are 95 down 95% from all-time high. Exactly. When you're the most angry or angry, I would say when you're the most angry is the best time to be buying, because that's just the best time to buy when others are scared, angry. The good buys are still going. Exactly. Like, all altcoins are still low. Like, this chart I've got up now is the altcoin chart. They're all still low. All the utility coins are still low. All the legitimate projects are still low. The only thing that's seen pumps over the last 6 months was gambling and meme coins. So when retail comes back, which they will, as soon as Bitcoin breaks out, as soon as the crypto market breaks out, retail will come back, and some of them will buy memes, but most of them, people who join like to think of themselves as being sophisticated. So that is when they go into utility projects. They like to research it. Like, think of I'll make up an average person. So there's an average guy, he's 45 years old, he's a optician. I don't know why I thought that. 45 years old, he's an optician. He hears that Bitcoin's just broke to $80,000. He's heard the Bitcoin before. He wants to get involved in crypto. So he has a look in crypto. He learns a bit, and then he thinks, this crypto stuff's actually really good. That guy is going to try and use his intelligence and feel sophisticated and think, right, I think that payments are going to be really big in crypto, so I'm going to invest in some payment companies. That guy isn't going to think, oh, right, what's the latest frog or hippo coin? It doesn't work like that. The degeneracy and the gambling we've seen in meme coins over the last 6 months was people who have been in the crypto space for years just gamble on the liquidity and basically just pump and dump everything, like big accounts, guys worth hundreds of millions pumping and dumping new meme coins daily. That's where the liquidity was. But when retail comes back, some young people maybe will invest in meme coins, and meme coins will perform as well, but most of the sophisticated money, let's say, will go into legitimate projects. And by the way, if there's any members in here who, we've helped out. So that's the thing as well. So during the time when the altcoin market crashed, there was a load of nonsense in the chat room. We were the bad guys because projects were crashing and they left a bunch of bad reviews. So even if you could leave a review, an honest review, it doesn't need to be good. See if it's a 3-star review, 4-star review, 2-star review. That's fair. Like, if you can leave an honest review, if we've helped you or you find us valuable, it'd be appreciated, because our 5-star reviews got tainted by those bullshit reviews basically when the market crashed. So if you can leave us an honest review, which could be 4-star, 3-star, I'm not asking for a good review, I'm asking for an honest review. It'd be much appreciated. But yeah, let's get back into the news. We got a bit sidetracked there. So the latest update on the news, we've got Bitcoin rises nearly 10% against the Mexican peso as Trump trade soars and gold stays flat. That's another one as well. We seen gold, so I'm going to get up the gold chart. We've seen gold pump, break out. So this is basically what I was mentioning with Bitcoin. We are in Bitcoin here. We are battling up against the previous all-time high, waiting on a breakout. Why are these accounts calling for 40k down here? That is nonsense. So I posted on X saying de-risking is fine. So if you want to sell some of your assets here, that's fine. So if you want to de-risk and sell some assets, take some money off the table at this moment. But to short in that moment is just reckless, and it's a scam. It's nonsense. Like a bull flag, consolidation, breakout. Why are you shorting that? De-risking is fine. Shorting is unforgivable. So yeah, gold. This is basically where Bitcoin's at right now. Is right here in this moment. So gold seen its breakout, which is actually massive for gold. Seen a 34% breakout. In gold, I'm sure is 10 trillion maybe market cap. Way bigger than the crypto market. And it's seen a 34% pump in there. But now it's starting to cool off. And Bitcoin could be next. Or is next. It's ready to be next. It's there. It's ready to go. But anyway, back to the news. Crypto is a clear winner with Trump as GOP takes Senate, Sherrod Brown loses, and Gensler likely heading for the door. Bring it on. Bring it on. So we've got CoinDesk 20 performance update. Uniswap surges 28% as all index constituents trade higher after the election. So CoinDesk Indices presents its daily market update highlighting the performance of the leaders. And then we've got, Uni up 28%. I'm sure on a members live stream last night, Mark was saying that Uni was a good buy. And it's up, 28% since then, which is nice. And then we've got Trump wins, Bitcoin unlikely to see big sell the fact price drop. So while sell the fact, that's a new one. It's sell the news, but that's a new one. While sell the fact price slide looks unlikely, traders still need to watch out for the other side of the Trump trade, hardening bonds, yields, and rising dollar index, says CoinDesk analysts. So the last minute improvement in Kamala Harris's odds over the weekend flushed out any excessive leverage from the crypto market. BTC never really had a steep buy the rumour rally, with retail investor interest staying low. That is a key thing, that there is no retail interest right now, whilst Bitcoin is on the verge of this style breakout, which is so crazy. So it's like Bitcoin is currently here right now. This is the gold chart. So Bitcoin is currently sitting here, ready for that breakout, and there's no interest. But once Bitcoin starts to make its way up and it starts to get here, this is when the retail interest comes back in. That's when retail starts to pile in. And then people who take profits on Bitcoin as it pumps here, they go into the altcoin market. And that is when you see the rotation, and people who chase Bitcoin last end up losing money. The people who move from Bitcoin to altcoins first, they make the money on altcoins. And then the people who got into Bitcoin late, they then start chasing altcoins late. Rinse, repeat throughout the full cycle. And some projects top early, so gold possibly is topped already. Bitcoin will be the one to top first, and then the likes of altcoins will top later, as the liquidity just flows around the market, swishes around, going from Bitcoin to Ethereum into lower caps, etc, etc. Shiv is saying what you mentioned about previously, buying with a fraction of the money you invest can easily double your bags for a fraction of the investment. Yeah, that's major. A lot of people don't realise that. So if you buy a project, if you buy $1,000 of a project and it crashes 99%, you should probably buy another $100 of that project, or even $50 of that project. And by buying $50, you'll buy what $1,000 got you previously. And in doing that, you are like halving your average buy price. You're drastically reducing your average buy price for a fraction of the cost that you first invested at. So buying your average down is key, which, yeah, the altcoin market is still down very low right now, so you can buy your average down. If your average buy for Bitcoin was around 16k mark, would you say it's a good shout to take some profit and swap it to some good altcoins like Blog? Yes, but so yeah, I think that is possible. That is doable. You probably will be able to profit drastically from that. But some things that I've learned through the previous kind of bull runs is when you continue to rotate, at some point you're going to be left holding a lot of bags. So this bull run, when I sell, and that's it. Like, that's it. When I sell, I sell. And selling means exiting the market completely, because when the music stops, when the prices drop, you're left holding whatever you've just rotated into. So Here's a kind of rough. So I drew this literally years ago, like 2022 it must have been, and this is how it's playing out. So yeah, back in 2020 I sold Bitcoin here, so between 47k and 54k. So rather than trying to time the absolute top, I just sold in a region in here, and I could have waited, I could have sold even higher, I could have sold at 64k, I could have sold at 69k, but at the end of the day I bought down here in this red zone, I sold up here. It's just buy low, sell high. Don't try and pinpoint the absolute top. And then again, I've bought down here, so this is my next buy-in, so my average buys are here, and then this is my average sells up here. So I'm not looking for top end targets, I'm not trying to pinpoint time anything, it's just zones I'm using. Like, I'll buy in this zone down here, I'll sell when it's higher. It's just simplifying it, which is what, because I literally drew this 2 or 3 years ago, this chart, and now you're seeing how close it is to getting back up there again. See how the stock market's getting on. So stock market is, yeah, looking really good. We are far away from the doom level, which is always a bonus to be far away from that. So yeah, Dow Jones is looking really good. The dollar is not the greatest. We need to see the dollar crash to see a crypto bull run. So yeah, we've never seen a crypto bull run during a strengthening of the dollar, so this isn't good. So the stock market chart's good, this isn't so good. Then we've got here the Russell, which is basically like the altcoins of the stock market. That's the way I think of this. It's like, so this is the smaller companies of the stock market. So yeah, like the altcoin market. And again, we are breaking out, almost breaking the highs, and we're getting further and further away from the critical level, where below this level crypto is doomed. So some charts are good. The only really worrying chart is the dollar, which is pumping in value. And this is my favourite chart. This is the one, in my opinion. Silver is going to erupt at some point. Undeniable money, silver. I forgot I was even answering that question there, Kieran, but yeah, like I would say it's not like taking profit is always a good idea. Nobody ever went broke taking profit, but where it starts to get potentially riskier is when you start rotating it back into the same market again, because at the end of the day it's all just the same market. Whether you cash out in Bitcoin and put it into another crypto, it's still crypto at the end of the day. So you're selling crypto to buy crypto. So then if the market crashes next week, you're still holding crypto. No matter what one it is, you're still holding crypto. So this time round, when I take profit, I just take profit out the market into other assets that isn't crypto. So yeah, I just think about that. Like, I think you timing wise, it's okay, because it's early. There's been no altcoin rally yet, so I think you're early enough to make that move, but just don't be lured into continuing to do that over the next few weeks, months, because at some point the music stops, and if you're selling crypto that's in a profit to buy crypto that's down low, and then the music stops, everything crashes anyway. So whatever new crypto you rotated into, that will just crash anyway. So I think removing entirely from the market is the best idea. Jordan saying, would you keep your Bitcoin beyond the cycle? I've not heard you guys say the goal was to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible, or you always sell them before it dips. So, like, I have, and I'm sure everyone's the same. Like, they've got a long-term Bitcoin bag, and then they've got a Bitcoin bag that they trade. So, like, yeah, I'll always accumulate Bitcoin, and it's stored offline, out of sight, out of mind, and then I'll have a bag that I trade. So yeah, I would never be like fully out of Bitcoin, but in a bear market, you're buying Bitcoin because it's the first to go, so you can ride that up first. So yeah, I'll sell Bitcoin, but I'll always keep some as well, because yeah, the goal is always to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Next one. Cheers, Kieran. But let's have a look and see what Cointelegraph is saying. So Bitcoin heads to the moon. Watch these price levels next from 75k. Crypto community celebrates Trump. Hamster combat loses 86% of users. I can't wait for all that nonsense to be finished. Binance CZ files motion to dismiss SEC's amended complaint. So yeah, I think the market is just currently digesting what has happened. And then we've obviously got the FOMC meeting soon as well, so that is another possible catalyst day. And then we'll see how the stock market fully reacts today, which currently right now the stock market's reacting. So if we go into the stock market on opening has set a new all-time high as well. But it's gapped up, so probably fill that gap at some point. So, yes, things are looking good. If you've been in crypto for a while and you've went through some absolute nonsense over the last few years, you have been abused emotionally, you're nerves are in, your nerves are shattered. You've got PTSD. Any pump that happens, you don't believe it. That's basically what's happening with me. I've got 2021 PTSD. So yeah, like now is the time, as I covered on that tweet. Like, we don't need to test lows, blah blah blah. The time for testing lows was back in August, September. We had October, we're now in November. The Q4, historically the best performing months for the stock market, for the crypto market. We've just got a new president. The new president's going to end wars. The new president is crypto friendly. The time is now. So if you've survived this far, this is the moments that this is why you stuck in there, to get moments like this. And things will get euphoric. So well done if you've hung in there, if you held onto your bags, if you bought lower, because yeah, the time, it's now or never. Like, if we don't expand from here and we crash for some weird reason, it's over. Everything's over. So all of these stupid accounts that say, no, we need to test 44k, then we can go up to 100k. That's nonsense. That is nonsense. If we crash to 40k, it's over. Like, it's over. We're going lower. Structure's broke. Everything's broke. So it's now or never, and the conditions couldn't be any better if they tried. If you were to design your own perfect market conditions for crypto to see a insane bull run, you couldn't write it any better. You couldn't plan a better chart any better to look any better than this. So yeah, hopefully this is it. The time is now. We're ready for it. It's printing season. It's generational wealth season. It's profit season. So yes. But that is all from me. Thanks very much for tuning in. If you aren't a member of CC Pro yet, there's a link in the chat. You can check that out. Ricardo's asking, could Bitcoin hit 100k before the end of the year? Absolutely. Definitely. Because when it does break out, it's new all-time highs. There's nothing there. There's nothing above it. There's no resistance. There's nothing. It's price discovery. So yeah, absolutely could hit 100k. We'll get a $10,000 candle. So yeah, it could definitely hit 100k before the end of the year. But let's see how things play out. If you aren't subscribed to this channel, I'd recommend you subscribe, because we've got lots more live streams coming soon. But yeah, that's all from me. Thanks very much for tuning in. I will speak to you very, very soon. Cheers.